So this is the second part of the reputation management, and this is about measuring your reputation, and I'm going to talk about this in a broader sense of the major hotel brands and so on in terms of what they do to measure that reputation. Two big companies out there who consolidate this kind of information and help to give a big picture of what that reputation is to hotel groups are Revinate and Trust You. They're two competitive companies. This video again will be posted that you can take a look at that gives you a little bit of an idea of what Revinate does in terms of what their objective is in building that reputation. This is kind of what you get. Okay, this is an example. If you look at the top of this up here, you have the impact on travelers' decision and a 93% rating. So that's what you're looking at here. You're looking at competitive pressure, what's in the area, industry awareness, guest loyalty, 79% guest loyalty here. Incremental pricing, what you can do to perhaps increase your pricing by increasing the level and quality of service that you do. All of this comes out in the regular reporting that you receive from this, in this case, Revinate. So what Revinate does with your reputation is they look at new revenue streams, right? They get that information. Exceptional guest loyalty, they look at the people that are going to come back. They try and build that one-on-one guest relationship. They're going to consolidate the comments that are made on sites like TripAdvisor, for example, to give you a better understanding of what people are saying. It can be used to improve your operational efficiency by what people are actually saying in the process, and they'll give you that kind of data. Increase guest satisfaction and integrate your guest feedback, trying to give you one source to bring all of it together instead of having to look at each one. This is an example here of what your dashboard might look like in analyzing Trust You analytics. You can see here the excellence overall score, all this information, all these categories and so on. A great deal of data. Essentially what you're seeing is a great deal of data to help you as a particular hotel operation here, that's we're talking about hotels, to manage your customer service, your service quality. Here's some Trust You aspects specifically for a hotel in terms of where you stand and how you stand on each, for example, each of the different sites. On the Google, on Booking.com, TripAdvisor, Expedia. So what's your overall score? You know, in this particular hotel, the Facebook was where they had the highest positive excellence rating. And these are some of the reviews that you might actually receive. This is for a hotel near where I live in Paso Robles, California, a beautiful resort property, actually. And you see these are some of the comments that you would get back from what people had to say, and it highlights some of the things they say. We love your resort. We like working out in the morning, so on and so forth. Now, if you're looking at measuring the effectiveness of the service delivery system in the major brands, they all have systems in place, and I'm going to show you some examples of what some of those are that they use. Ritz-Carlton uses something called Mr. BIV, which is an acronym for mistakes, rework, breakdowns, inefficiencies, and variations. Okay, they're looking at the compilation of all of those kinds of activities, what may happen along the way, and you get a Mr. BIV daily report, which is basically a summary of the kind of things that happened and what department it did it, what department was responsible, what exactly happened, and what the status of the resolution is in terms of what they actually did. And that results in a quality improvement action form when you start looking at the areas where you need to make some changes. And that would be something that would be distributed then to the various departments. Now this is shown in a paper form. Obviously today it's digital in terms of how they actually communicate those kind of things. I've been recording a number of lectures in a row here, so I'm going to be taking a little drink on the water on the way. Sometimes I do these back to back to back. Other times I do them at different times. However it works. It's easier than just standing in front of the classroom talking to you all the time, right? You can play it back whenever you want. Four Seasons has what they call a glitch report. So every department's represented. They have a daily meeting. The staff review all the things that went wrong from the previous day. That's the overall aspect of people reporting in through the system in terms of what happened and what didn't, and trying to improve on that. Hilton has what they call the SALT report. looks somewhat similar, right, to what you saw previously with regards to Trust You and Revenate. So they have their own internal system that looks at all of the criteria here and gives you an overall rating of positive or negative, as you see over here, the red one, where you've got to work on it, what those people are saying about you and how that's and where you need to make your improvements. So it's something that management can use. It's something that the corporate side can use to help with the management and improve the management of the hotel. So these are the discussion questions that we can have in class after Brian presents his guest lecture. You know, what are some of those things you could do based on Linden Center to gain a strong reputation with TripAdvisor? You know, how would maybe the critical incident report that we've talked about, how might you put that into place? Well, what type of feedback would you want to highlight to your team from the Revenate and Trust You reputations? And what are the common factors that Ritz-Carlton, Four Seasons, Hiltons have within their systems? Thank you. Look forward to Brian's presentation.